Hey, it's your boy G-Reels here with a review of the long-awaited release of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, the highly anticipated sequel to 2018's Black Panther, which became a cultural movement and took audiences and critics by storm. Not only does the sequel have a lot to live up to, but it also has to deal with the daunting task of losing its lead star. Chadwick Boseman sadly passed away from colon cancer before production on the sequel began, so this installment has to tackle the unimaginable weight of what that loss means. I'm happy to say, despite all the challenges, Wakanda Forever is a worthy sequel and a much different beast than we're used to from the MCU. As the film begins, the characters are dealing with the off-screen death of T'Challa, who is only shown in gripping flashbacks that had our audience sitting in respectful silence as we quietly mourned with the characters on the screen. There is a general sense of mourning that permeates throughout Wakanda Forever, which makes the film less jovial than other MCU entries. There is some levity, but it's done so respectfully and not at every turn. T'Challa's sudden passing hangs over the film, and there are times when fiction blends into reality, because as the characters are dealt with trying to figure out how to move on in his absence, you can tell that the entire production is in that same space in regards to Boseman. Every line about how to proceed without T'Challa could easily be said in regards to Boseman. The core of the story is how Shuri must come to grips with her brother's death and accept a new responsibility. In the midst of this, we are introduced to Namor, the ruler of the vast underwater kingdom of Talokan, a change from Atlantis in the comics. The city is inhabited by blue-skinned humanoids who breathe through their gills. Namor decided that war must be declared against the surface world and wants Wakanda to join his people as an ally. When Queen Ramonda expresses reluctancy, he uses force as a form of persuasion. There is also a human scientist, a 19-year-old college student named Riri Williams, and Namor wants her dead. And Wakanda decides to protect her. Namor resorts to kidnapping Shuri and Riri. Director Ryan Coogler flexes his directorial muscles in some groundbreaking ways that proves he has become one of our best filmmakers working today. The Wakanda scene still elicits the same vibrant energy of the original film, but it's the visual flourishes he accomplishes with the creation of Talokan that truly impress. The underwater kingdom is a thing of beauty and a wonder to behold on the big screen. If there is one complaint I have here, I wish we spent more time in this dazzling landscape. Coogler also crafts some amazing action sequences, but they never threaten to overtake the overall story. At 2 hours and 41 minutes, some might complain that the action is too far and in between, but the narrative is so strong that wrestling with these characters allows us to a welcome break from the spectacle. That being said, the battle scenes are expertly executed, with the film's rousing climax being a true highlight. All of the performers put in solid work, but there are definitely standouts in the cast. Letitia Wright has to step up in a big way as Shuri, and it's a task she's completely ready for. Her arc is deeply compelling, and Wright takes you through the motions of still processing grief, all the anger that comes with it, and ultimately the acceptance of having to move on in order to live. Angela Bassett, who is no stranger to strong performances, is given more to do here as Ramonda, and she has one goosebump-inducing scene, which has mostly been shown in the trailers, that makes me completely understand why someone wanted her to throw her hat into the Best Supporting Actress Oscar race. Another standout is Tenoch Huerta as Namor, who gives us one of their better MCU villains because he has layers. He's not all bad, there is some understanding in his desire to start a war. Huerta simply commands the screen, and I for one would like to see more of him and this character in future films. Largely due to necessity, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever strays from the Marvel formula by offering a poignant look at loss, grief, acceptance, and ultimately rebirth. I was struck by during several key moments where silence was necessary, our whole audience didn't utter a word. We were in the moment with the characters. We have come to expect instances where we're expected to cheer during these epic blockbusters, but I respected the serenity this film offered because it made it a wholly emotionally gratifying experience.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Little darling, don't shed no tear. No